What is going on YouTube? This is Acid Roots. So I'm going to review a 2012 mixtape by David Banner. Basically, this particular product is called Sex, Drugs, and Video Games, and it came out in the spring of 2012. Now, within fair's about it here, as far as these pitches can happen, basically David Banner, the fair about David Banner, as far as these pitches can happen, he had like a particular hit album from 2008, which got to 3 singles pitched like that. One of the good type fairs to like the leftover type product of Southern hip hop pitch like that from the 2000s. Late shift kind of banger pitch like that, Sons Type 1s within those aspects, within the varieties. That was kind of a strange type era within Sons Type pitches, paying attention like the product as things started to get towards more of like the Kanye West 808s and Heartbreak and kind of more Young Money type era with Birdman with Priceless and the We Are Young Money albums pitched like that. So it's kind of the fairs once you started getting past like the Carter 3 by Lil Wayne and like The Greatest Story Ever Told by David Banner and then like I Pledge Allegiance to the Grind 2 by Killer Mike, Sons Type 1s. It was kind of the differential that those initial type tones from like the ringtone era with like the We Fly High and Make It Rain and Shoulder Lean and some type of tunes pitched like that and Patron and It's Going Down by Young Jock, some stuff pitches started to shift up as far as those pitch ambos within leftover type products and bang type nest. David Banner did have a series a good trio of hit singles around that time that crested into mid-late 2008 pitch like that. But after that particular fair, David Banner it was kind of pitch that just felt like he was starting to become less recognizable within the fairs. I think he continued to have like a pretty central popularity within those pitches, but it was kind of the fair as far as saying that it was starting to get rather distant. It was starting to get somewhat distant from like his hit appeal type days of like the early 2000s pitch like that. So the fairs, when you think of songs like a Pimp, you think of some of his hit type songs from 2003 like a Pimp and Cadillac on 22 songs that pitches amongst it. Those particular type rides were starting to become distant from this particular era within this album fair of Sex, Drugs, and Video Games from early 2012 pitch like that. So there's just seemingly less memory. I think folks in certain type senses probably remember songs like Play and Touch and some of those type ones and pitches like that from like mid 2005 was kind of fair as far as saying David Banner would usually get like at least 1 or 2 hits from each of his albums pitched like that, but it's just kind of variety that within the album type fair was kind of the pitch that usually it was more the staples of this, the singles and pitch like that. But he was kind of like the Southern Fried kind of Busta Rhymes pitch like that, that he'd usually get at least a duo, couple set of hit type singles from each of those pitches like that. But he got the 3 on The Greatest Story Ever Told pitch like that, but then it was kind of a little bit distant. He did put out an album in 2010, which was kind of a strange type one within those pitches, but after Michael Jackson passed on in mid 2009, he dropped an album called Death of a Pop Star with Ninth Wonder, I think good producer pitch like that in late 2010. But that album within those pitches the particular album had degrees of appeal towards it pitched like that, but it was kind of variety as far as saying it wasn't as capital as David Banner was in the 2000s pitched like that. So it's kind of variety. This was like the bounce back that was back to traditional kind of David Banner, and this was a mixtape as well. So it was beaming type one, very vanilla type mixtape here to be able to say. It's kind of pitch. It was interesting that David Banner kept and retained some of his hit type appeal from like the 2000s type days, but it's just kind of pitch as far as saying it just kind of felt like more or less folks kind of seemingly forgot within the pitches of just those sorts of memories of the hit type songs that he had within pitches. So when you look after it, probably would be about 6, 7, 8 hits, some of those type pitches within the aspect like the appeal. I mean, he lasted throughout the 2000s, but it's just kind of pitch as far as saying paying attention towards it. It's just kind of a good refresher, kind of get towards just seeing who this folk is, paying attention to the fact that he had been around since 2000 and 2002, 2003 pitches like that. So hit type appeals. The only unfortunate thing within these pitches is just the fact that the hit song Swag is only available in the remix type form. Now, it's still dope within these pitches because Cardinal Official's on here, good pitches like that, but it's pitch as far as saying that there's just some it's a good banging typeness, but this did have like some, these 3 singles didn't chart, but this is probably one of the more noteworthy type David Banner type products I can think of past like the 2000s type days pitch like that. This is kind of like a Wayside type one, but it's definitely a Banner type one to kind of pay attention. I want to say this probably had like at least over 100,000 downloads on DatPiff back in the day. It did have like some pretty complex type of like promotion about a pitch like that. This does have a wiki article about it, some of these type pitches. So it's the fair as far as saying not too many super tons of mixtapes really have that aspect. So it's kind of pitch, more notable type one, but aspects like that. Yeah, this mixtape is going to get a 10 out of 10 here, pitch like that. I'm going to talk about at least 14 songs. So within these pitches, not going to talk about, the only one I'm not going to talk about is just the Al Ming remix, which does have Chris Brown and A$AP Rocky on there. Good, nice pitch. It's banging type one, but within the pitch, the same sort of fair pitch like that. But aspects as far as saying real classic type appeal. This is one of the more Now, I kind of did not pay attention to David Banner past this particular product. I do remember this coming out and downloading it at least a couple times, paying attention to like the occasional type song pitches like that. But David Banner did drop further type albums. Like apparently there's a 2017 album called The God Box, Stones That Pitches. Now, it's not to say I didn't. I continued to fuck with David Banner, but it was just kind of pitch that he kind of started to graft out of the spotlight as far as those pitches can have, just products of like the lore that was from those particular days, just not having the chart type hits pitch like that. It was just some good type of ordeal, sense to aspects as far as saying just the product kind of about it. He did have like a couple products that he dropped in the mid 2010s pitch like that, but it's the hit type appeal as far as saying some banging typeness. David Banner did have a hit album out in the year 2000 as well. Them Firewater Boys Volume 1's a good nice pitch as far as those pitches go. But excellent type pitches here being able to say. So yeah, just paying attention towards it. Very inspired pitches like that. Just some of these type ones taken to like these particular takes excellently to the dubstep and EDM type fare within those pitches as far as the products going to happen within it. It was kind of popping around that time pitch like that with like some vanilla type tunes on here on top of that. So yeah, with this being a vanilla type mixtape, Sons to pitches, it's dope that Mr. Lee is on here. He's the hit Texas producer, produced for Scarface and Bun B, folks like that. Other type folks, David Banner produced a number of beats on here, so plenty of these good type pitches. Just has some vanilla type appeal within pitches. There's some big name folks on here. Nipsey Hussle's on here, Lil Wayne's on here, Tank is on here, 2 Chainz is on here, Chris Brown's on here a couple times, Big KRIT's on here, Bun B's on here, Raheem Devon, Cardinal Official. Mano, some of these hit type folks pitch like this. A good type of PL. There's a folk named Doe Hicks. I want to say he might have particularly did like some mixtapes. I need to get to fucking with him. Some of these type folks. There's plenty of these type folks on here. Just being able to say, looking after it. But yeah, Swag's a hit type song pitch like that. It's like a thorough kind of this would be the lead single pitch like that. Now it's in the remix type format on this project, but still banging type. This like a thorough kind of dubstep house party swamp. It's like a thorough kind of dubstep house party swamp out to get pitched like that. Just hella red cups pitches like that. Just all that in a bag of chips and stuff. There's definitely haywire. Definitely real nice song to go haywire, pretty raw. Definitely a real nice song to go haywire pretty rawly as far as these pitching albums. So just in the banging type, this is the real cranked up type fare. Now within the pitch, about some of these type ones within these pitches, this is a little bit more damaging like the pitch when you pay attention to like a pimp and some type ones in the aspects like that. Play was pretty vicious, touching was pretty relatively vicious, and like a ladies type sense pitch like that. But these are some type ones that this kind of haywire typeness just really goes off the hinges pretty excellently. Now David Banner's pretty ferocious, but the actual variety amongst it is the productions are a lot more vicious than David Banner actually is on here. He kind of, usually when he's growling and doing that thing that he does kind of pitch like that, it's kind of variety as far as saying that he doesn't have as much like the full bound type variety of really like the aspect of just paying attention towards like he's actually surprisingly a little bit more collected on here. But the production type fare, definitely the aesthetic about this product is pretty damaging with things pitched, but it's just kind of variety of that. Not as like feral, venomous type bite like he was on Play and some stuff once, but this pitch for us and still hit type, feel good niceness here. Definitely you'll get blitzed out pretty good to Swag. Same thing with the Yao Ming, excellent 1-2 punch here. It's like an excellent follow-up bang with Swag, definitely. Follow-up bang with Swag to definitely say just dizzied and train wrecked. I'd say here since the pitch is definitely hella red cups, probably sloshing pitch like that. Definitely got some jokes to spit pitch like that since the fair is just being an ass con since the fair is just good nice product to laugh it up. Enjoy, like, appreciate the fare of it. Good pitch like that, get sifted. Products like that just get cozy. Enjoy the crankiness of like the night fair pitch like that. Haul it. Giving Beasties a hard time pitch like that, not to be like a troll, but just to pitch some of those type hit type price pitch like the accent type feels. Amazing's the third single. It says Chris Brown on here, and that, oh yeah, Yao Ming within these excellent aspects has Lil Wayne and 2 Chainz on there, so it's good double snag within those pitches. Just like when you think of like bands that make her dance with Juicy J, it's a good nice pitch to get both those folks on there pitch like that. Amazing's a hitting type one as well. Third single here is like a slick occasion and hoity kind of unthought to get towards your pitch like that. And by hoity, meaning the product and more blue blood type aspects, a little bit more within a graceful type conduct pitch like this. It's a little bit more enriched. Some of these type of ordeals, just some money jokes to kind of be good, nice, fair to have like some money jokes pitch like that. Since they're probably kind of just the aspect, now not within a doofus kind of aspect, but just the pitch of just like money type fair pitch like that. Since they're probably to this. Jokes going to have around more elaborate type folk within those pitch for the first guy. And it's not to say not having those run. Not to say not having those run your friends are not as rich, but just pitch some of those just on top of the pitch like that, kind of within the variety, of women that kind of have more the aspect of having some of that within the variety of women that have more composition within the sense of pitch, kind of the variety, just that sort of aspect pitch like that. Pass some teas around sense of pitches just for galleys and mine sense of pitches, just kind of probably just some good spoils and pickups. Hella Cheetos kind of have some stuff. Hella Cheetos to have some of these type of aspects, just some pitch, just some products that kind of just extra type products that just like bang typeness in the product, just some get crunk type factors, a good nice crunkness about it. It's not to say full bound kind of Bel Air type vibes, but definitely in the pitch, possibly like a gated community or just something that pitched with an aspect like the variety, just with an aspect like particular type fairs where it would be kind of a certain degree of like exclusive type fair within pitch like that. So this kind of variety, just like an onset of this particular type things within pitch, it just like the aspect that goes just a notch, kind of a notch or two above with an aspect like the typical kind of house party type disc cut loose and pitch like that, but it's very much within the aspect. The hammering definitely is on here just as much within the craziness type factor. It's just kind of more elaborate within those pitches. It's kind of the same sort of craziness as Swag and Yao Ming, but just kind of with a little bit more hoidiness about it. So good nice pitches. Some good nice varieties. So there are a couple of these on here within these pitches, some throwback type varieties like the hit type appeal of like DJ Drama and Don Cannon type flavor, like the mid 2000s pitch like that. When you think of some of these type aspects like UGK type flavor, a couple of these like Smoked Out have those aspects. Smoked Out particularly has Bun B and Raheem Devon on here, good pitches like that. Smoked Out has Bun B and Raheem Devon on there, good pitch like that. It's like a throwback on the 2000s mixtape on a UGK kind of surf around to get pitch like that. Just some Popeyes and Golden Eyes, some of these type fairs amongst it. Just weed memes definitely have with bells, things that pitch amongst it. Just kind of some Smoke Divas pitch like that. Good nice sim type fair within the product to just kind of Lay's type vibes of like Hose in My Room by Ludacris. Some stuff fair is kind of amongst with just like that factor. And it's not as full bound sluggish as that particular song by Ludacris, but it's within that same type of variety of just kind of the aspect of like Devin the Dude and kind of more Pimp C type Arizona stuff pitched within the aspect of just kind of active, kind of having like a weed tray and some stuff within like the toolkit of like some ganja pitch like that. So it's just hit type varieties with some stuff aspect, just the weed etiquette and some stuff kind of amongst that variety. Definitely some gold eyes in your system, get some Popeyes going pitch like that. Minor kind of pleasant cruising pitch like that, but just simple kind of R&D within those aspects, just and Gold Skies type Ness. Real Red Hot type 1, a good standout. This is a hit type song off of like the particular Greatest Story Ever Told from 2008 within these pitches. Now I haven't reviewed that album yet. I'm going to get to that one with an eventual phrase, but yeah, Believe has some similar type varieties. Believe is like a good combo with Smoked Out, kind of get here pitch like that. It's like a throwback to like the hit song, the second single off of Greatest Story Ever Told. Actually, never mind. It's not the second single off Greatest Story Ever Told. It's actually, that was Bun B's song. Bun B dropped Your Everything off of 2 Trill pitch like that. It's differential type 1. They dropped around the same time. Bun B had That's Gangsta and Your Everything pitch like that. I want to say David Banner was on that song though with Rick Ross and some other type folks, but pitch like that. Your Everything's a good hit type 1, but that's a good very similar to that one. I want to say Mr. Lee produced both those type tunes, but it's some Your Everything type vibes. Is Cornbread, some of these type areas is good southern snacks pitch like that. Garlic, green beans, bacon, green beans, some of the pitch amongst this, and another good Gold Eyes type surf around pitch like that. That particular song, Believe, has Big KRIT on there. Good, nice pitches. He was blowing up around that time. Good pitch like that. He definitely, most folks know he has the similar type fashion to Pimp C pitch like this. A good type ordeal. Just feels like good, nice pairs that probably is how Pimp C would have particularly done that song. So good, excellent pitches for what's going to happen. Castles and Brooklyn's the hitting type 1s, like a dope kind of Beastie Boys and Run DMC kind of city hopping to get towards your pitch like that. Just grab like some Quiznos, kind of hollow minutes, some Starlets and just folks in general. Standard peers and plebs pitch like this and stuff where deals good aspects amongst it, just civilian type fairs. So kind of pitch as far as saying to some of these type varieties very much to just feeling some city stepping, a lot of the particular hit type vibes, the 86, 87 pitch like that, definitely Beastie Boys, Run DMC type vibes, Public Enemy, some of these type pitch amongst it, even though Public Enemy I think was West Coast. Maybe they weren't, maybe they were East Coast, but just pitch like that, some stuff appeals, definitely some of those type varieties. Boombox blaring, some stuff pitched amongst it, some of those type varieties. Breakdance type song pitches like that. Particularly, another good nice surf around within these pitches is Sex, Drugs, and Video Games. The title track, good pitch like that. It's like a traditional kind of UGK and 2000s kind of mixtape floater to get within these aspects. Definitely get lifted. This particular song's hella great sweets and fairs like that in your system. Takes it back to 2006. Some stuff probably DJ Drama, Don Cannon type fair. Definitely like Dedication Leftovers. Feels like Lil Wayne should be on this song, or Jeezy, Joel Santana, some stuff folks. Good nice pitches amongst it. Head to Popeyes, since the places, just get a good plate of things, since the basics, good nice fairs, this traditional type conduct of a good pitch like that. Work is a hitting type 1. This is kind of like some new flares of directions, pitch like that, accent type ordeals. Not like there's not other moments like that on here, but it's this interesting type pitch amongst this one's like a miss, like some makeshift and like a half club and sports game kind of fit within some of pitches. Just kind of it's like an early kind of work hard, play hard pitch like that kind of vibe. So just the pitch as far as saying paying attention towards it here. So kind of that hit type appeal when you think of work hard, play hard by Wiz Khalifa, that was getting ready to come out around this time pitch like that as far as those pairs going to happen, where you get like a club type bang where it's still kind of a miss, like the work shift type fair where you would be at like whether it would be a gas station or Target and stuff price. Maybe not as much Target nowadays, maybe on the right type day it might have been like Marshalls or Kmart, some of those type ones within relative or shopping malls, some type places like that, some of those type places where it would be maybe a place like Finish Line, one of these type places that would kind of have that aspect a little bit more kind of grip and grease towards like a hustle song, but kind of with a more blue collar type fit. It has some of those type varieties. That's a miss the fair. This particular song, Work Pitch like that, it's kind of within a half club type sense, but it kind of feels more like some music type fair that you'd listen to within like probably 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, this prime time and early and initial primetime type hours pitch like that, but kind of within a sports game type fit as well. David Banner kind of within varieties like Rubber Band Man and some of those type tunes that he would do back in 2003, like feels like some venue socials and also like some baseball, football game type fair within these pitches amongst like the makeshift type fair pitch like that. So kind of the aspect of some of that particular type bang, but more in a Tuesday, Wednesday type sense was some of these type varieties, this kind of aspect of a miss, like products that need to be get done, miss like products that need to get done, pitch like that, some of the type fairs. Malcolm X's song for me is a hitting type 1 with these aspects. Malcolm X's song to me is a hitting type 1 with these aspects. And this particularly is more trap in the sense there is some varieties kind of on here, but it's kind of pitched for saying it doesn't really embellish within that full bound type sense as ferociously, but it's a good, nice blitzer on here. It's like a throw. But there are plenty of tear up type ones. But in terms of like the trap kind of Waka Flocka Gucci Mane type fair, there are some traces of that within relative type senses, but it's just kind of these are just more vanilla pitch like that. So it's like a throwing kind of nightclub blitz to get here, just ferocious and feeling snarled. I'd definitely say some of that type snap pitch like that. Just a good vanilla kind of appealing about this song pitch like that. Yes, this within the fair as far as saying it's a good, nice product to kind of get David Banner. He fits pretty clean like a look. David Banner fits pretty clean like a glove on this particular song as far as these aspects can have. This within the fair as far as saying just getting towards it, just taking like the usual trap type fair when you would get some of these type folks the way Waka Flocka would have like that particular flocka kind of snarl and pitch like that. Some stuff Bryce kind of pitch as far as just getting towards the aspect as far as it feels like almost to the point where it could be relative makeshift. It's kind of within pitch, probably not within those pitches, but just to provide some of that type aspect where it probably would be more complex that just has a little bit more casual type embrace towards a pitch like that, just more kind of candy coated type in this pitch like that, with good nice varieties. Californication's a hitting type 1. This has Snoop Dogg. This has some West Coast good nice folk on here. Snoop Dogg, The Game, Nipsey Hussle, Ross Cost, some stuff folks, and a folk named Cree on here. So it's pitched like that. Now they don't drop as much full bound type verses, but they do kind of help out with some of these verse type phrases on here. It's a good nice pitch. So this is particularly like an on the strip and sunshine scene, kind of feeling some step out type fairs pitch like that. Just some Cali Kush to definitely smoke pitch like that and get some Coronas in your system. On top of that, some definite kind of late shift kind of sunshine. Feels very similar to the hit song Kush that Dr. Dre dropped in like late 2010 as far as this first guy when he was originally going to drop Detox and stuff pitches that had Snoop Dogg and Akon on there. Good pitch like that. So this is within those hit type appeals. Good nice flip to kind of get that hit type variety as far as like the Pharaoh, like particularly David Banner pulling that off. He has done West Coast songs in the past, so it's a good nice pitch. I think he had like a song called West Side on like his certified album from 2005, so good nice pitch. I need to get to purchasing that album, but the pitch is about it. Who's That is the hit type 1s, like a House Party Sludge and Leftover kind of Muzak and SFW kind of shedding and get towards here some of these type pitches. This one's pretty similar to Work, but just more missed like the fair of probably just got done with things probably within the past 25-45 minutes and stuff aspects. It's probably need a Budweiser 2 or 3 in your system, fairs like that, just getting some funnies going, so kind of pitch some meme dives, pitch like that, figure out the fair of just getting like the right cool off from like the blase of just switching to like better type modes and pitch like that kind of stuff appeals to this pitch like that. Some pals around possibly pitch like that, figure out what's up with the diva or some of these type pitch amongst this kind of figure out some next modes pitch like that amongst these hit type appeals. So the initial type set, some quality of the initial type set off of getting some crump going pitch like that, hit type appeals, get a couple great sweets lit, some stuff there's good products amongst it. I look good. It's an excellent type 1 on here. It's like a good traditional kind of trap rolling around pitches like that since the fair. So kind of the aspect of getting Waka Flocka type vibes, but this with errands, so these type fairs. So it's kind of some shopping mall typeness. Gal might need some jeans, fairs like that since the pitches within the aspect. possible disfavor type runs instead of pitches within the tone, just aspects like that. It's kind of places where it would be the aspect of just kind of more rhythmic kind of Arendine pitches like that. So kind of the aspect where usually when you get these SFW makeshift type ones, it's kind of within the pitch. It is the more Jur and Base, but there's some good vanilla kind of commerce within like the pitches of kind of having like those aspects of just kind of something that feels like trap and kind of salute me or shoot me type vibes with Flocka since the pitch, the aspect of kind of getting towards that crunk type factor and like a post up type fair, but just kind of pitch as far as just saying to get some fits and close pitch like that since probably spend some money since if dollars shop a little bit, get a spree going. So it's like that's just a nice pitch. So just the variety as far as some of those type fairs is kind of the aspect, just kind of on the go typeness, and then probably like some trap type fairs pitch like that. Definitely Flocka needs to have songs like this. Flocka needs to have songs like this. This really has some vanilla type appeal, and he probably does with these pitches. I'll just have to see about it. But good pitches like that, definitely some bang typeness. This radio glam, I'd say within a good relative type sense. A couple more of these I don't think I've talked about on here. Some of these are more casual type bound. Let Me In's an example of that. It's like a steady and grand kind of pop rap music push to get within these products. Just diva favorites since that pitches. Just pick up like some Robitussin, some Tums, fairs like that since the basket. Just kind of miss like the day fair bagels possibly since the basket and Tums. Probably these pitches can happen or not. Not as if it has to be full bound type car centric, but just to miss the fair, just like Arendine type product with just like a favorite type run within the pitch. Just some type varieties of being handy towards some femmes pitches like that, just some weekday sip to kind of get with things products. So just kind of pitches some of those stuff varieties. Also works as like a pretty good venue leftover ambience pitch like that. It's kind of a more pull aside type one with these pitches. The variety once getting past like the frosty, like the dance bang and like the shot guzzling pitch like that. It's kind of more within like nothing's type spit to kind of get towards pitch like that. It's leftover type products that just kind of cozy and lounge type aspects pitch like that, but definitely within product it is kind of sifting through like a more pink skies type aspect pitch like that. It's kind of favors just within a pleasant type fair, just pleasant kind of Tuesday or Wednesday, Thursday, some type pitches. Good nice affable kind of music. So kind of within pitch it is some of those type of fairs where the IRL type shit kind of within those products doesn't have to be within pitch. It just like the aspect of something that's annoying pitch like that. So hit type appeals, I'd say No Choice is a hit type one. Good aspects like a basic brush along to get in like a weekday and pop rap kind of fizz. I'd say within these products here, just 2010s kind of music. I'd definitely say pitch like that. Just grab like some Starbucks and grab like some Starbucks and a donut type fair sense that pitches amongst it. It's one of those type ones that kind of feels matrixy pitch like that, but it's this kind of ordeal as far as saying just caught up within the particular weekday type push, just some pop rap type ordeals. Definitely reminds of songs like Work From Home by Fifth Harmony, since that pitches. Big Sean has done songs like this, since that fairs. It's kind of pitch like the blossoming type sound that was getting towards the product of this. Future was kind of getting towards this in certain type of aspects with Pluto and since that pitches, so it's kind of varied as far as saying to some of those type ones that is kind of embracing like the day scene kind of like a mixtape type sense. So some of those type pitched amongst it there, just kind of shopping mall and just kind of like day fair and strip mall type conduct pitch like that. Just have like food court type music sense to pitches. Grab in the brunch hours, grab like a pretzel sense to pitches, but definitely Starbucks type music. I'd say easily Dunkin' sense that there's donuts easy with the aspects like that. Pitch like that. That's a hit type appeal about. It's a hit type appeal amongst this product here. Pitch like that. So like I said with these pitches. Yao Ming remix is hitting as well within pitch like that. Has Chris Brown, A$AP Rocky on there, good pitch like that. So within hit type appeal as far as saying 10 out of 10 mixtape. Social Score's going to go ahead and get 10 out of 10 within these aspects. David Banner particularly handles these aspects pretty well. He had like enough complex where it's kind of variety. I feel like this is a good starting point within these pitches to kind of dive into like the mixtape type scene. And nowadays that being 14 years ago within pitch like that, but still a hit type appeal as far as saying for folks that would have remembered David Banner for like those aspects as far as saying songs like Play, songs like Pretty Pink, songs like particular like a Pimp and like Cadillac on 22, so instead of ones touching, so instead of ones like that, good pitches amongst these varieties. 9mm, some of the 9mm and Shoddy Say Sense that pitch amongst his good type fair as far as these further hit type appeals where he didn't really lose. He continued to be pretty casual on here pitch like that. It's just leftover type varieties as far as how many folks would kind of remember him from those pitches, at least back in those days, and now even further with that being 14 years from this particular product in addition to 20 something years since he particularly was in his prime. So this pitch as far as him is not that much of like a learning curve pitch like this. The hit type ness, he has the energy on here. he is pretty affable, even if like the carnage amongst like his inflection is not as like raving come within pitch. Not to say it isn't, but it's just the pitch for us saying he's been crazier in the past, but still some good carnage within aspects like the production type fair and pitch like that. It's a pretty steady type one kind of within pitch, just saying the aspects as far as getting towards it. But the fun factor is definitely out the chain pitch like that. Plenty of these type ones, the blackout two pitch like that, along with some SFW type ones for like the day scene, vanilla type mixtape pitch like that. So some of these type ones like No Choice and Let Me In, Castles in Brooklyn, some of these type ones, Work and Who's That, some of these type ones amongst some of these type fairs, aspects like that have like the glam type factor of getting you amidst like getting you amongst like the music type fair within a mixtape kind of day scene pitch like that, but it is just as crazily within the heaviness type factor getting crunk pretty ferociously. So aspects like that, good nice balance pitch like that. So hit type feels 10 socials. So in terms of future within the pitch, like was then the pitch, like what was said, Dave Benner has not actively been around seemingly since like the mid 2010s pitches like that, or mid late 2010s. So it's the pitch far same with the product. He has plenty of these type products. I'm gonna get to more of these later. Good classic mixtape here. This is free within these pitches, so go gobble it up, fuck with it easy within these pitches. Good nice banger.